DOE Formula V's making their way onto the circuit. There are 2 championships up for grab here, the Formula V Championship and the Association Championship. And we caught up with the top 3 contenders in each of those championships just before we go to race action. Let's go and find out what their plans are for this heat. Penultimate round of the championship, and Pete, you still got a chance of taking it here tomorrow at Swartkops. What's the plans?
Well, the plan is to go out there and win both heats if possible, but there's quite a lot of pressure from these 2 guys next to me. But I hope to do it tomorrow. Yeah.
Lendl, a little bit extra weight on that left hand. It's helping out in the left hand turns, not so good in the right hand. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
But you got to catch Pete now. What's the plan?
Look, it's looking pretty good for the old man over here. But look, we're going to try and make life difficult for him until the better end. So keep on pushing.
Fatty, that number 1 plate's been very, very heavy all race season long. You've had to work hard to try and retain it. It's not over yet, so there's still a chance.
There's still a chance. So I went and I looked at the kitty litter already, so where I'm going to push Peter. So I've got a chance, and we're going to try and take that chance. But I think there's like a Hills family team here, so it's going to be tough, but we're going to give it a go.
The association class in Formula V has been pretty spectacular as well. Yusuf, you've got a little bit of an advantage with 2 rounds to go, and a bit of work to do tomorrow.
Yes, I've got quite a lot of work to do still for tomorrow, especially with these 2 guys. They're quite on pace this weekend, so I'm hoping for the best.
Carl Poofrot. What is that? Tell us all about that little nickname.
That's the guys that work with a bit of an inside joke because they're all a little bit on the skinny side. So I try and do a little bit of exercise and try and motivate them, but they don't always listen to me. So it came through from there. So I look a little bit bulkier than what they do. So that's where the nickname.
Oh, so you're on the juice? Is that what you're saying?
No, all legit shit. So no juice. So yeah, but any case. So that's where the inside joke comes from with the gents.
You've had a great season so far. Take us through what your plans are for tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're going to just try and give our best. We've had a bit of DNF issues this year. A few too many actually. That's why the guys gapped me a bit. But I'm going to try my best, give these Oaks a lot of hassle tomorrow if I can, and give them a good race. They can't have it easy, so we had to give them a tough time and see if we can hang with the best of them.
Theo, you're hanging with the best in the front there in 2nd place at the moment. So in the middle of these 2 tomorrow, what's your plan for the attack?
The only plan is just to finish ahead of them, then job done. So we're going to try our best, and hopefully we've got Vaughan in the mix and Eric Boyens, so us top 3, we're still a bit slow on pace with them, but we're going to go for it. Just finish ahead of these others.
That's how simple it should be, Theo for Mark. Let's see if we can get it right though here in this first heat. 12 laps of action coming away now. We've still got another 12 later on in the day as well for DOE Formula V's. They've had a phenomenal season. 2 championships up for grabs, the overall championship and the association championship. We heard from Peter Hills, he wants 2 wins on the day, and he's brought the entire Hills family with him, as you heard, coming from Gert van der Berg. Front row is Gert van der Berg and Peter Hills. So he's on the inside line, which is probably the ideal line to be on if you can get the start right. Lendl Jansen and Vaughan Hills behind that. Then it's Eric Boyens and MD Bester, Brandon Hills and Sean van der Linde, Henk van der Berg, and Yusuf Kotze leads out the association challenge. As he's got Carl Watt and Theo van Mark behind him as we get underway for race 1. Good start from Gert van der Berg, good start as well coming from the 11 car there. And sneaking through Vaughan Hills, just getting up their road. As you can see, they make their way down in towards turn 1 for the first time. This is where things could get a little bit real. Hills versus Hills coming out of turn number 1, and now as they're coming through turn 2, they start to sort things out there. Brandon Hills in the 33 car down in about 7th spot at the moment, off the line. But out front, it's exactly where Gert van der Berg wants to be. Although he might not be able to defend that championship now, with the number 1 plate being a little bit heavier, as we spoke to him in that pre-race press conference. He's got a lot of work to do here in this one. Let's see if he gets it all right. Back of the field there, you can see the 19 car coming through, and Blaine DeMalion, unfortunately, with some problems. Van der Berg under pressure there from Vaughan Hills, and he's now a move up the inside from yes it is, Lendl Jansen. Oh, a little sideways there from 84 out of shape. A little bit of problems there for him, unfortunately for MD Bester, but he managed to catch it. It has split the field up ever so slightly. Theo van Mark trying to come through there as well and capitalise on that. And he tries to get on that inside line, just not able to get through there. Yusuf Kotze into the mix once again and fighting hard with Henk van der Berg, and you can see MD Bester and Michael Koenig out front though. Gert van der Berg, Vaughan Hills 1 and 2. It is Lendl Janssen into third, and then here's the replay. Oh, MD just got out of shape, catches it. The golf racing machine, get a little tag there, touching some wheels that might have done some damage to the struts. Not a lot of suspension on these cars, but those suspension struts are there, and you'll definitely start to feel the effects of that little tag. First four getting away from the pack. Van der Linde on the inside of that golf racing car, and the 5-4 machine, of course, of Eric Boyens, fighting hard with Van der Linde. He was lucky to survive that little tag between himself and MD Bester. Van der Berg, Vaughan Hills, Peter Hills up to third, and squeezes out Lendl Janssen. Hills now up into third place. He's got his teammate from Mangaza Racing just ahead of him as they head down towards GNH Transport Corner again and complete another lap in anger. Second pack is headed up by the 5-4 Boyens. Van der Linde's in there too, and they complete another lap. So it's Van der Berg, Hills, Janssen, Boyens, Van der Linde, Brandon Hills, Carl Watt. At this stage, Carl Watt leads out the association category. He's got Hendrik van der Berg tucked in between himself and Josef Kotze and Theo Vermaak, his two closest rivals. We spoke to old Paul Frotte, and he said, yeah, definitely going to be the man to watch today. He wants to be ahead of both the association contenders in Josef Kotze and Theo Vermaak, and that's exactly where he is. Peter Hills getting a little bit of opportunity there. Opened up the door. Great move there. Team orders coming into play by the looks of it. Vaughan Hills moves out the way, allows Peter through into second, and then goes defensive to keep out Lendl Janssen. So a nice little fight here, but of course the team has come to play, as you heard from Lendl Janssen and from Gert van der Berg. Team game can be a big factor at this stage of the season. And it looks like that's exactly what Vaughan is doing right now to keep out Lendl Janssen. He's leaving Peter to go and catch Gert van der Berg. Boyens behind that, Van der Linde. Then it's Brandon Hills. Carl Watt. It looks like Josef Kotze just behind him. So they complete another lap here of the 12. 10 to go, 2 done. Van der Berg continues to lead things out. Maintaining the gap. Only just over Peter Hills. It's about just less than a second. But enough now to just get into a comfortable rhythm. Around turn 3, onto the back straight away. Looks like Lendl Janssen looking for a chance here on Vaughan Hills. Trying to get into that slipstream. Peter Hills was quickest on that last pass. Vaughan Hills goes defensive into turn 4. Round the outside goes Lendl Janssen. Oh, that's brilliant. Very nicely done. Lendl Janssen round the outside of turn 4 in the Bull Securities and Volkswagen Silver Lakes machine. Great driving there from Lendl Janssen to get back up to third and ahead of Vaughan Hills. He can now concentrate on closing down on his 2 championship rivals ahead of him. Top 3 in the championship, top 3 on the road. Not in championship order right now. That might change by the time we get to the end of this one. First 4 heading up into GNH Transport Corner. Once again, it's the 5-4 of Boyens. Van der Linde, Brandon Hills behind that. Third of the Mangaza Racing team. And he is looking for a chance now to find a way through on Van der Linde. Carl Watt still maintains the lead over the association class, just behind them. It's Henk van der Berg, Theo Vermaak, Josef Kotze, MD Best has recovered to 12th. Michael Koenig is in 13. Roy Douglas and Marcel Bluchnout bringing up the top 15 on the road. And then behind that, you've got Dave Austin, Sief de Toy, Clinton Kane, Blaine de Malon having a little bit of problems. Looks like Helder Gavea also having a little bit of issues there, dropping back slightly. He's eventually crossed the line, and they're on to the same lap as everybody else now, but a big margin between first and last on track there, down in about 19th place. Gap closing down here big time. The Bull Securities Volkswagen Silver Lakes car of our third place man, Lendl Janssen, definitely closing that gap down. It's come down to 0.9 of a second between himself and Peter Hills, but he's got pressure once again from Vaughan Hills, so he has to go defensive. That might slow him down. Vaughan doing everything right there, trying to get into the wing mirrors and even get past the man in third, hounding him, making him work and lose concentration on his ability to bridge that gap. So staying right in contention all over the back end of that little Formula V may just slow Lendl Janssen down. Peter Hills is trying to drop the hammer, trying to get up as high as possible and find a way to close in on the front end of Gert van der Berg. So we're into the heat of the day here as well. So track conditions are going to be at their hottest 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or just over 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in South Africa, if you're watching from all around the world. And we're up to about 35 degrees Celsius here at Swartkop's. Very hot conditions. Test the driver's skills. Fortunately with the open cockpit you've got a little bit of breathing room, but it still gets very, very hot in a race car, any race car out there. Front and back with the number 1 plate, trying to negate the loss he's had so far in this championship with a win here in the penultimate round. They've got another round to come of this championship, of course, on the 14th of November at the Regional Extreme Festival here at Swartkop's. Here for Mark Strap back a little bit further than what he'd like to be. Could be costly for his side of the championship. Henk van der Berg is ahead of him. MD Bester, looks like Joseph Kotz has also fallen back slightly, so he may be losing ground here in the Association Championship to Kyle Watt and Theo. Vaughan Hills has bridged the gap again onto the back end of that Bull Securities car of Janssen and looks to go on the attack up towards turn 5. Has a look on the inside of turn 5. Not close enough, just showing a wheel though to the man in 3rd place. Fight's on, that's for sure, for 3rd. It's about to get on there for 1st as well, because look at how it has come down. Let's have a look and see. Well, no, it hasn't actually. The last pass it was 0.9, it's now 2nd, but now you can visibly see Hills is a lot closer to Gert van der Berg for the lead of the race. Hills fastest on that last pass. So he'll try and maintain that kind of race lap action. A 9.6 as opposed to a 9.8, 2/10 quicker than the man in 1st place. That may give him a chance to close the gap down and get into contention for a pass. Kyle Watt closing down on Brandon Hills. Henk van der Berg behind that, MD Bester, and then Theo Vermaak. Oh, change up. 3rd place, change up. There you go. Into turn 4. Vaughan Hills is ahead of Lennel Janssen. He must have got the drive out of turn 2. Now the drive out of turn 4. Returning the favour, under braking. Is Lennel Janssen good enough? Yes, he is. Lennel Janssen late on the brakes into turn 5. Gets back ahead of Vaughan Hills. What this is doing, it's slowing down that Bull Securities car. It's not going to let him get ahead and close down the top 2. Remember, Janssen is 2nd in the championship. He's 3rd on the road. Gert van der Berg is 1st on the road and 3rd in the championship. The man who leads the championship comfortably in 2nd on the road at the moment. Coming up on the 77 car there, passing back markers now. That could be a potential threat to the fights that are happening on track. Helder Gavea just giving some room there to everybody to get through. Nicely done. The Malon's just up the road, then Clinton Kane. Gert van den Berg has answered the attack from Peter Hills with a fast lap there. His fastest lap of the race on that last pass with 5 laps to go. Make it 4.5 as they come through turn 4. Here they come. Big braking once again here from Vaughan Hills, trying to get back ahead of Lennel Janssen. Doing everything right to help his teammate out there, Peter Hills, just up the road from these two. Let's see if that 3rd place battle is going to heat up any more now, as once again Vaughan Hills closes on the back end of Janssen. So here they come up on the back marker. Helder Gavea going to give some room there to the 54 of Boyens, Van der Linde, Brandon Hills, and MD, and then of course it's Henk van der Berg. This time out, Peter Hills quickest. So he's closed the gap to half a second. Hills on the attack with 4 laps to go. Vaughan Hills on the attack as well, on the back end of Janssen. So both of the Hills boys are fighting hard here. Here we go, 1 and 2 up for grabs. And Peter Hills having a big look now at Gert van der Berg. Shown a wheel on a few occasions there to try and find a way past, but hasn't found it just yet. The Start My Car machine under pressure from that Mangaza Racing Formula V. Gert van der Berg is under big pressure here. No doubt about it. That DOE quality parts car having to do some defensive driving to keep out Mangaza Racing's Peter Hills, looking for his 4th Formula V South African Championship. They go through on Blaine de Melon. He makes some room, gives them some space to get through without being hindered too badly. As they cross the line, they're going to have 3 to go. 3 laps to go, and the fight's on for 1 and 2. Change up for 3rd again. No, not quite. I thought it might have been changed up there, but no. Lionel Janssen hangs on. Vaughan Hills continues his onslaught onto the back end of that Bull Securities car. De Melon holding the outside line, going to give them some room on the inside. There goes the 2 for 3rd and 4th place. Possible change up here. Here they come. Peter Hills into turn 4 around the outside. Looking for a way through. Will he get the drive? Watch for the cutback. No, they're on the same line. Kat van der Berg goes defensive. Hills goes on the inside, looking to attack. Change up for the lead here. Possibly Kat van der Berg is late, but Peter Hills is later. Oh, a little touch there between the 2 of them. But van der Berg hangs on. Side by side through 5. Side by side through 6. 9 to 7, they go line astern. Oh, it's good. Formula V's in full flight here. This is the stuff we like to see in Formula V's. Coming down onto the breakers into G&H Transport Corner again with 2 to go. And Peter Hills is on the attack. Kat van der Berg soaking up that pressure for now, but it's a lot of pressure being applied there by Peter Hills. Similar pressure on Lionel Janssen from Vaughan Hills. Around the outside of turn 2, watch for the cutback on the late apex there from Peter to get the drive towards 3. Kat's got good drive out of turn 2 though. It's going to be a difficult man to pass here today. Slipstream effect could come into play here on that short back straight away. He's right in contention there, pulling out, looking for a way around the outside. We've seen Lionel Janssen drive around the outside of turn 4. Can Peter Hills do the same thing? He goes on that outside line and hangs onto it. Enough room, that's great. Respectful driving from 2 of them. The drive is coming out of Peter Hills up to the top of the hill. Is he good enough on the brakes to take the lead? Here comes Kat van der Berg, but Hills hangs on. Uses the inside curve and takes the lead. So it's Hills out front now with 2 corners and a lap to go. Unbelievable timing there from Peter Hills. He gets through on Kat van der Berg and he's open 2 car lengths already. Van der Berg drops back, losing some ground there with an attack of note coming from Peter Hills, looking for his 4th South African Formula V Championship. Great driving coming from these 2. Behind that, it's Lionel Janssen and Vaughan Hills, but Van der Berg is not done yet. Kat van der Berg still wants some of this action. Wouter Roos, Gareth Taylor and Janet Edwards have joined us at just the optimum time to see the final part of this first Formula V. The DOE Formula Vs, as always, putting on a show of note from a single-seater point of view. Phenomenal dicing, as always, and it's what we've seen all season long from these Formula V guys. They really do put on a good show. Vaughan Hills hasn't given up yet to get through on Lionel Janssen. Janssen going defensive. Peter Hills goes defensive up the hill, keeping Kat van der Berg on the outside line. Van der Berg late on the brakes into turn 5. Can he return the favour around the outside into turn 5? They're side by side out of 5. Oh, around the outside, Van der Berg's got to the front. But Peter Hills comes back at him into turn 6. Oh, Van der Berg has held onto it. Only just. Kat van der Berg takes the lead, heading down towards the final corner. Nose cone in the middle of the circuit. That might be Sean van der Linden's nose cone by the looks of the colours. Checkered flag time, and Kat van der Berg has returned the favour. Oh, that is brilliant. Van der Berg takes the win only just by 0.075 over Peter Hills. Behind them, it's 3rd place to Lionel Janssen. Championship stays wide open. 3 races to go. Here we go. This is Brandon Hills fighting it out into the checkered flag for the last time as well. He comes across the line. Carl Watt looks like he might have come together there with the nose cone of Sean van der Linde. For Mark crosses the line. De Melon finishes up as well. And parked on the sideline, Vaughan Hills with some problems as he ran out of fuel on that last lap. So Kat van der Berg takes the win ahead of Peter Hills and Lionel Janssen. So the championship pretty much stays the same as what it was coming into this first race. Hills will maintain his lead in the championship. Janssen in 2nd, and van der Berg might have closed Janssen down slightly. Vaughan Hills looks like he may have run out of fuel, but he still gets 4th ahead of Eric Boyens. And then further down, it's Carl Watt, Theo van Mark, and Henk van der Berg in the mix there for the association class. Yusuf Kotze, the championship leader there, finishing down in 4th for the association category. Not how he wanted to finish this first race, that's for sure.